We would like to appreciate our sponsors.
Elite Core Nutrition, Shakes and Deli.
Also, thank you to Embassy Suites for these amazing facilities. Thank you to our sponsors for sponsoring RGV Stars Live with Alex Arabia and Isaac Medina.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to another episode of RGV Stars Live with Alex Arabia and Isaac Medina.
The premier platform for showcasing real Grand Valley talent, the celebrity's place to be.
Exactly, and today we have another amazing, talented, well-known individual from the Valley. We're very proud of him. Juan Tapia, also known as Johnny Blaze Tapia in the boxing field, professional boxer. And today we'll get to learn more about his background, his career, his future goals, and he's also going to provide advice. So it should be very inspirational and motivational. Thank you, Juan, for being here. Johnny Blaze.
Thank you so much for having me here, guys.
Welcome
Thank you
to
so much.
RGV
And
Stars.
your son, of course, is also here.
Son,
What's your name?
Landon Tapia. What's your name? Landon
Wow,
Gael Tapia.
There you go.
Excellent. Very good.
So, Johnny Blaze, welcome to the show. Super excited to have you. So, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what you do, and what you want the viewers to know about you.
Okay, well, my name is Juan Tapia. That's the name they gave me on my birthday, March 8, 1993. I was born in Brownsville, Texas, born and raised. I'm from the Valley raised, Valley born, right? I'm very happy to be able to represent the Valley when I do my professional fighting. And I'm a professional boxer as well as a fitness. I own a gym there in Brownsville, Texas called Blazing Fit Boxing.
There you go.
And a little side hustle that I do. I'm also an electrician, so
okay.
I do a little bit of everything.
Multi-talented.
And you can start a blaze with electricity.
I hope I don't though. Yeah.
And what's your record right now in boxing?
Right now I'm at 10 wins, 3 losses. Right, those 3 losses have papi. Relax. Two of them were against 2 Olympians. One of them's a world champion right now, Shakur Stevenson, who, by the way, right now is considered to be a pound for pound, one of the best in the world. And many people don't go the distance with him, and we're proud to say, we're happy to say that we took the distance to him. We took him, the full ride. And I was never hurt. I was never, many people say that he didn't look at Shakur Stevenson. So we're proud of that. And now we're actually team partners now, since we kind of sometimes he's held training camp in Houston where I train as well. So we became well acquainted now. So
all right, awesome.
Yeah.
Did you know you wanted to be a boxer since you were a child, or when did this start?
This actually started with my father. Okay, sorry guys. This actually started with my father. Ever since I was a young kid, at his age actually, he installed combative sports in me. Papi, sit up, papi. Combative sports in me. I was in karate since I was 5. Get up.
He's fine.
Sorry guys. I was in combative sports since I was 5 years old. I got my 3rd degree black belt in Taekwondo when I was 12. Did a little bit of kickboxing, a little bit of jiu-jitsu. Back in the day, it was.
Yeah, you can go to MMA if you wanted to.
Actually, that's how the boxing thing started. My dream was to become. Yeah, papi. My dream was actually to become a UFC fighter. Back then, my dad used to come home from work. My dad used to come in from work and put on the old VCR tapes of the UFC, the original UFC fighters. No holds bar fights, and I was always amazed by it. But I've always been the little guy, so there was not a weight division for me back in the day. Now there is. So, but
what's your weight class, by the way?
I fight at 123, which is considered bantamweight in boxing. So back then, the lowest weight class in MMA was 155. So there was no way I was gonna ever do that, right? So I said, you know what? I'm gonna try boxing, and I had an aunt of mine who actually got me into my first ever boxing gym. Bless you. My first ever boxing gym when I was 15, and ever since then I just fell in love with the sport. they call it the sweet science, and I just fell in love with it, man. You know,
Wow.
it really grew to be a passion of mine. So
Wow.
I've been boxing since I was 15.
Since 15
And
years.
do you have a good relationship with local boxers here, like the Figueroas and others?
Of course, of course. I mean, a lot of people don't know this, don't realize this, that there's so much talent when it comes to boxing. I mean, I'm sure there's talent in all aspects of you know, sports. Right now, we had a celebrity before me
Yeah.
right here. There's so much talent, and yes, I want to say that I'm well acquainted with you know, a lot of up and coming boxers as well. Like you said, the Figueroas, who have in a way paved the way for a lot of, you know,
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and we've
yeah.
interviewed them, both
Yeah,
of them,
yeah.
and their
Yeah,
this
dad
place is
on
a
the show.
gold mine for boxers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yes,
Lots
definitely.
of athletes and
Absolutely.
MMA fighters,
Definitely.
The
And-
UFC fighters.
UFC fighters.
And you know what? And the next, you know, I was gonna say 10 years, but actually no. You know, they're already seeing them. You're already seeing world champions coming out of here,
Yeah.
and like you said, both MMA and in boxing. And I mean, I'm just glad that I'm in the mix of things. You know, I haven't been as I don't want to say consistent. I haven't been as consistent. I've been in boxing. I've been in pro boxing since I was 20. Since I was 21 back in 2014. But I've been on and off. I'm off. You know, I've had, you know, my kids. You know, I got my side business as well. So I haven't been as consistent as most of these, you know, talented fighters. But right now, I kind of settled things a little better. Now I plan to be more active.
There you
know?
go. And,
Yeah.
and how old are you, by the way?
I'm 27. I'm turning 28 in March. So,
There you go.
yeah.
So I mean, you're juggling
Yeah.
your career in boxing. You got a business, and you know, and also as an electrician. So
yeah.
And you won a fight recently, a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, we were actually we got out for a fight in Dallas, Texas, in the Cowboy Stadium, AT&T.
Oh, nice, yeah.
And man, it was, first of all, I have never been there. I've always wanted to go watch a game.
that's a huge stadium.
yeah, it's huge.
Beautiful.
So
Did it have an audience because of COVID, or was it a virtual audience?
you know what? When I fought, I was one of the undercards. So when I guess the people were barely getting in, but we're allowing, you know, some, not the full capacity. I think they reach, I want to say 60,000, whereas they can reach a lot more than that, right? But
Yeah.
the capacity was limited. You
But
know?
it's still good that you got the fight. You won even during the COVID.
Yes,
right? You did
we
something
were
productive
actually,
in that sense.
you know, we were actually considered the underdogs going into this fight. Where and many of my fights, I've always been, you know, considered an underdog, because we tend to take fights that, you know, that a lot of people won't take. You know. So and this fight, with particular fight, I had a 13% chance on the internet. I kind of psyched myself up. 30% chance of winning this fight, and I mean, I ain't let that face me. If anything, it just motivates me to, you know, keep pushing through, and we got the victory.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Congratulations.
Congratulations on that win. And so tell us how important family support has been throughout your career in boxing.
It's very important, man. My family has always been very supportive. My father has been with me since day one.
You can say hi to him. I'm sure he's gonna watch
Juan
it.
Saludos.
Tapia, senior, junior actually.
There you go.
Love you, Dad. Yeah, he's always been.
So you're the third.
I'm the third. Yeah. My grandfather was actually a boxer as well, and there's actually he passed away when my dad was 6, so he didn't get a chance to, you know, to know him that well. But
Yeah.
a lot of his great aunts have spoken to us about him, and he was actually a champion in Tamaulipas. He was from Mexico.
De ahí salió
So,
la sangre
yeah,
de
it runs in the
boxeo.
family.
You know what? I strongly believe that somehow, some way, it does. You know,
Yeah.
maybe it skipped a generation with my dad. My dad wasn't a boxer himself. He trained a little bit of martial arts, but he himself was not a professional boxer. But I think it skipped. You know,
Yeah.
ha de ver algo ahí en la sangre. ¿verdad?
Absolutely.
Are there other boxers, or just you and the family, cousins, brothers?
No. Well, my brother también he did martial arts with me as well, the chiquitos. But eventually, you know, that wasn't his passion. You know, he
Yeah.
has other things he's good at. He was really good at with instruments. You know, he was a musician, and now he's a police officer, and he's going for customs. So, shout out to you, Adrian.
Even though your family, I'm sure, are very proud of your accomplishments as a boxer, do they get scared sometimes, whether it's your girlfriend, your mom?
Yes, I mean,
Because it's a dangerous sport.
my mom, you know, has a strong woman. My mom is, because I mean, I sometimes, I mean, he sparred once that I let him, you know, and just the first time that he got hit, I mean, I panicked. So I don't know how my mom does it. I don't know if my girlfriend, you know, gets that scared. I think she likes the fact that I get hit every once in a while.
Because she can't do it, so someone else take over.
Revenge, you know. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm sure they do get scared. I mean, even me as the one fighting, any fighter that tells you they don't get scared, they're either lying or I don't know, something's wrong with them.
Or they
but-
got punched too many
or
times.
they got punched way too many times. But I mean, I myself get scared every single time that I'm about to get into the ring. I mean, I'm
What do you
scared.
think about that instant to motivate you and inspire you and keep you going?
Well, having said the fact that I get scared, let me clarify that. I'm not scared of fighting. I mean, something that we do every day in the gym. We train. You know, this is what we do. I guess what I'm scared of is letting people down. You know, for example, sometimes you build all this hype and. You know, people are looking up at you, and then all of a sudden,
Or the media and the promoters building that hype and making you nervous.
Or even the simple fact that you're walking out of that, you know, when you're getting into the ring, you're walking out, you're starting to see people, and you just want to give a great fight. Above all, I mean, that's always been me. I've always want to be, you know, an entertaining fighter, and I feel that, you know, all my fights have been exciting, back and forth. I never back down. You know, I kind of want to, you know, believe that, you know, the fans also think the same. You know, I've had nothing but great comments and great feedback.
So then one of your biggest motivations is making your family and the whole valley very proud of you.
I have to say so. Yes, I have to say so, because I mean, this is a spectator sport, and without them, you know, we would just be boxers in a squared circle.
Is it hard being a boxer? Because I mean, you have to work out every day and eat healthy, and it's a lifestyle.
Maintaining the weight as well.
It's definitely a lifestyle. If they say that boxing is like a jealous girlfriend, or you know, if you know, you have to pay 110% to attention to it. If not, then pues, te va a ir mal. You know, it's gonna go bad for you. So, dieting, you know, training 2 or 3 times a day sometimes.
And then food here is delicious in the valley.
Oh, man.
And then during holiday season, even worse.
Yep.
Man,
Tamales and everything.
I was in training for, you know, recently, right? So I had to skip on Thanksgiving.
Oh.
And everybody was having those, you know,
Turkey
those,
and
oh man, those. Man,
Does your
yeah.
weight fluctuate a lot?
Okay, how about this? I fight at 122. Right now, I'm probably walking at like 150. So I mean, it goes up
Okay.
and down, you know. But when it's time to get ready for a fight, I'm real dedicated. I eat right. I eat healthy. Like I said, I work out 2, maybe sometimes 3 times a day. I'm real dedicated when it's time to, you know.
How many weeks out do you start to prep?
I train. I try to keep it at 8 weeks, depending on how many rounds I'm gonna go. Usually it's 8 weeks. If it's gonna be a fight longer, which I've yet to have done a 10 round or a 12 round fight. My next fight is gonna be a 10 rounder, so I'm planning to do at least 10 weeks, you know, of preparation and stuff. But I try not to leave the gym. I mean, I'm always, you know, like I said, I run a fitness facility, so I'm always doing something, anyways, you know.
Very good. Now,
Go ahead.
what advice would you give our viewers who maybe want to follow in your footsteps and become a professional boxer? What
Yeah.
should they do first? What other advice do you give them?
Well, I mean, that's a good one. I guess the advice that I can give somebody that looks up to me is that wants to be like me. I say, you know what? Don't be like me. Be yourself. You know, find your uniqueness, find your individuality, and find your weakness, your strengths, and work on that. All right. Yes, have your role models. You know, get a little bit here, get a little bit there. You know, I looked up to Bruce Lee. I looked up to Muhammad Ali. I looked up to, you know, McGregor. You know, McGregor's, and I take a little bit of what
my boy.
yeah. I take a little bit of the people that I see, but I don't try to imitate them. I don't try to be 100% like them. I take little crumbs here and there, and I form my own persona.
So not like competing against them or comparing
Exactly.
yourself against them,
Exactly.
but competing against yourself.
Exactly. So that's the advice that I would give to somebody that says, "Hey, I want to be like him." Yes, you're you know, it's good to admire and to pay respect to the ones that have already done it, the greats. But at the end of the day, what's gonna get you to the next level is being yourself, being unique. So
That's very good advice.
Yeah.
Very good advice.
Excellent.
And where do you see yourself in the next 5, 10 years? Is there someone you want to, a bell or someone that you're trying to fight or looking to build legacy?
Yes, definitely. You're in this sport for one reason, I think, and I believe we all want to reach the top. You know, sometimes life happens, and we all, you know, stumble, you know, on bumps here and there, but ultimately, in 5-10 years, man, I want to say that I want to accomplish my goal, which is to be a world champion. I know many boxers, everybody's gonna say that. Everybody that's a boxer is gonna say, I want to be a world champion. The difference between myself and other boxers, and I might sound a little cocky here, right?
It's all right.
But I'm a big dreamer, and I'm gonna elaborate a little bit on that. I dreamt about, you know, being a pro fighter. became a pro fighter. I dreamt about one day in 10th grade. I remember they assigned us a project. What do you want to do in life? I want to open up a fitness gym. I want to run a fitness gym. In 10th grade, I made a video and how I would run it. A couple years later, I'm running a fitness gym. You know, one day I remember speaking about prior to the Shakur Stevenson fight. I said, man, wouldn't it be cool? I was talking to my brother. Wouldn't it be cool that Michael Buffer, by the way, Michael Buffer's like this close to retiring. So I said to him, you know, hey, wouldn't it be cool that I get a chance to have Michael Buffer say my name? Sure enough, guess who's at the Shakur Stevenson fight? Michael Buffer. He announced Johnny Blaze Tapia.
There you go.
I mean, you know, I can almost say that it's kind of like the law of attraction. Like as the law of attraction that you know states, if you think you deserve it, the universe will serve it. But you gotta apply it, of course. You gotta apply your end of it.
So
right?
Visualize goals, visualize success.
Visualize it, speak it, think it. I'm 110% sure that I'm gonna be a world champion. I already spoke into existence.
There you
Somewhere
go.
in the next couple of years, I'm gonna be a world champion.
And how do you deal with maybe negativity or haters? Because anytime somebody is successful,
of course.
you have a lot of people
Yeah.
who support you, admire you.
Yeah.
Most of them do, but you have a few envious people, maybe, or haters in the social media or in the real world. How do you handle that?
You try to stay in your own lane. That's another bit of advice that I can give to anybody. Try to stay in your own lane. You just mentioned every time somebody's going up, there's somebody that wants you to fail, right? I say, let them talk, because obviously if they're talking about you, it's because
You're doing something right.
yeah, exactly. And let me tell you, negative or positive talk. I mean, negative or positive publicity is still publicity.
Yeah,
That's
You know,
right.
so you know, take it for what it is, man. A lot of people are gonna talk bad about me, and more power to them. I wish you all the best. God bless you, and
There you
and
go.
hopefully one day you guys end up being, you know, fans of mine. You know.
Absolutely. Johnny Blaze, where can we find you on social media?
Okay, so on my Instagram is Johnny Blaze Tapia 93. Facebook is Juan Tapia, and I don't know if I'm allowed to give my Snapchat now that my girlfriend. Nah, I'm just playing. My Snapchat is J Blaze Tapia, guys. Any of those y'all can add me. I'm really bad at responding sometimes. I know I gotta work at that, guys. I apologize, but I'm really
New Year's resolution for 2021.
That's definitely my 2021 resolution. Respond. Yes.
Well, thank you so much.
Any closing message for the audience? A closing remark to wrap this up?
Well, first off, thank you two guys. You guys are. I've prior to coming here, I've watched several of your episodes, and let me tell you guys are doing a fantastic job. You guys are doing a great job representing the Valley and the talent the Valley has.
Thank you so much.
And for the fans that support me, thank you so much. I hope that every time I step into the ring, I hope that I entertain you guys, because that's my goal, right? And thank you so much. I mean this from the heart. Love you guys, and thank you so much, man. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, and we wish you the best in your career.
I
best of
appreciate
luck
that. I appreciate
in everything.
that. Yeah.
Your son,
Yeah.
maybe a
Well
future,
behaved.
future fighter. Maybe
you go.
you want to be a boxer one day, right?
London. Yeah.
So maybe one day you'll be here again on
Again.
RGV Stars. This was RGV Stars Live with Alex Arabia and Isaac Medina.
This is the Rio Grande Valley's premier platform for showcasing Rio Grande Valley talent, the boxer's place to be.
Until next time, thank you for watching.
See you guys.